Missing man logs 4,000 steps on smartwatch, but the GPS says he's moving inside a cemetery. When his family tracks the location and digs, they find a buried coffin, scratched from the inside. There's blood, no body, just a cracked smartwatch and a message carved in the lid. I wasn't the first. Our story begins with a man who went missing. He was last seen getting into his car. Now, 2 days have passed, and the police haven't found a single lead. His family is starting to lose hope when suddenly his smartwatch pings. The app shows that he's been taking 4,000 steps every day, but it also shows that he's been moving inside a cemetery. His son drives to the cemetery, parks by the wrought iron gates, and calls his dad's phone. It goes straight to voicemail. The son tries again, still nothing. He then checks the GPS coordinates on the watch and sees that the trail is coming from this grave. It's an old grave, too. The headstone is worn, and the engravings are almost impossible to make out. But there is one marking that stands out, a name and date that matches the missing persons report. Below that, a second date is carved. That's today's date. How can he be buried here and still alive? He has to be dead. But if he is dead, why did his smartwatch just ping? Where's his body? The only way to find out is to dig. So the son starts digging. At first, it's just the normal dirt you'd expect to find in a graveyard. But then his shovel hits something hard. He scrapes away more dirt to reveal a wooden coffin. The corners are starting to rot, but it's clear that it was recently dug up. The lid is sealed tight, but the son can hear something inside. What could it be? With trembling hands, he lifts the lid. Inside, there's a blanket, some flowers, and a leather-bound journal. There's also what looks like a fresh set of claw marks on the inside of the coffin. They look almost human, like someone was trying to claw their way out. Below that, the son spots some blood. He quickly moves the blanket aside and finds an old leather wallet with the man's ID inside. Next to that, a pile of bones. The sight of the blood and the claw marks sends a chill down his spine. This isn't just an old grave. Someone recently died here. But where is the body? The son flips the coffin over to check. On the other side, there's a small gap between the planks. He reaches inside and feels around. His fingers touch something hard. It's a ring. He pulls it out. It's a simple silver band with a strange symbol in the middle. Then he notices something else. Scratched into the lid of the coffin are the words, "I wasn't the first." Whoever was buried here wasn't the first person to die at the cemetery. But what does that mean? Was his father the first to be buried here? Or was he the first to die? As the sun sets, the son gets a call from his sister. She was also following their dad's location and saw that he had moved to another grave. This grave belongs to a young woman who died a century ago. Her headstone is huge, almost as tall as her grave. In the center, a single word is carved. Hope. Son digs frantically, but there's no coffin here. There is, however, a small hole in the ground. It's about the size of a manhole cover. Throws the dirt out of the hole to reveal a metal ladder leading down into the darkness. Shines his flashlight down the hole and sees something strange. It's the leather wallet from the other coffin. Attached to it, the same silver ring. And next to that, a familiar smartwatch. It's no longer pinging, but it's clear that whoever is buried here was wearing it when they died. The watch is cracked, but the screen is still on. The last thing their father saw before dying was the watch. If he was the one who scratched the message into the coffin, he wouldn't have been able to see it after he died. So he must have carved it while he was still alive. But why would he say I wasn't the first? Is that a clue? Is he trying to tell his family that whoever is buried in this grave wasn't the first to die here? Because if that's true, then where are all the other bodies? And what happened to their loved ones? The son reaches out and touches the cold, dead grass above him. He feels something crunch under his fingers. Startled, he looks down to see a single white bone. It's the only part of a skeleton that's not buried in the ground. The rest is gone. He looks back at the hole and shudders. What he's about to do next will shock you.